No, I mean, I've only been back for a day. There was a male and a female around Buffelshoek.
Yep.
But beyond that, I mean, the Nkuhumas seem to be
They've
all over the show.
Exploded.
Okay, they've exploded. Okay.
Yes, all over the place, giving birth probably. Hello, Donna from Rhode Island. So Birmingham Boars don't know. There was one on Torchwood the other day, at least on Chitra the other day. 2 on Cheetah Plains we had, and then one further one on Djuma.
Okay. All right, so they're around. I mean, their tracks are everywhere,
yes.
as they always are.
Yes.
And Brittany, I'm sorry you missed the drive.
Yes, I'm scandalised that you missed the drive. I think it's appalling.
You missed very nice sighting of hyena cubs coming out to join the world.
Yes.
Probably our best view of them so far. Thank you, Deborah, for the welcome back.
Carol, you want to know what happened to the buffalo? I'm going to let Jamie tell you about that.
So for those of you who missed it, just a short summary, there was a newborn buffalo this morning on the sunrise safari, and it really looked as though Mom was struggling to get up and feed it. But when I went back about an hour and a half after the sunrise safari, they were both gone. And that can only mean, surely, that they are both okay, or at least that they've got up and that baby's had a drink. I can't think of any other explanation. Lots of vultures, lots of battaliers, but all, I think, based around the afterbirth.
And I think it's a huge thing. I think we jump to conclusions quite often about the state of animals and how resilient they are. And I know you made a comment about how resilient they are.
Yeah.
So I think
it was absolutely phenomenal. Because when I looked at that situation, that poor little calf looked like it was getting weaker in front of us.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Someone wants to know if Jill wants to know if Brent caught any fish. I don't know what that means.
No, he didn't. He didn't catch any fish. I caught a rock and nearly a small child, both of which due to my incredible skill as a sea fisherman.
That's called catching Mother Africa.
Is it? Well, I caught Mother Africa. Brent did not
done.
catch a fish. That being said, we didn't really spend as much time as we expected fishing, which made lugging the fishing rods back home through the airplane and the airport entertaining.
Lovely. Now, Larry, you want to know how it is that we are able... Oh, sorry, no, it's not. It's Larry Rose Stutzman. This is Rose from Michigan. Oh, okay. How do you get used to those odours from big cats and not go around with bath bags? Rose, you'll be amazed. You can get used to just about any smell at all, and you will notice that, in fact, if there are exploding hearts in this bottom of the screen.
Exploding hearts, it's most distracting.
Very disconcerting. Rose, your nasal passages and your brain stops registering a smell after a while. So if you're around a smell for long enough, you stop smelling it completely. So even if you go, for example, into a public convenience where people have not been particularly well mannered, if you stay in there for long enough, and God forbid that you should have to do that, your nasal passages actually, well, it's not your nasal passages, it's your brain will stop registering the smell after a while. So, you can get used to it. And, I mean, I'm not sure that we ever get used to it, but it does... it becomes okay. It becomes
I'm
dealable.
no longer bothered by... I wouldn't say not bothered, but I'm aware of it in a kind of passing manner.
Yeah. Carol, you want to know how Sandila is? I'm afraid we don't know. Apparently his collar has stopped pinging. In other words, its battery has gone flat. And that means we don't know where he is or what he's doing. I think that's okay. I think he's going to be fine. What do you think?
I think he's going to be fine. I think he's proved himself now. And I mean, it was inevitable because of the amount that collar was pinging. Yeah. The batteries were going to run out at some point. I think he's going to be just fine. It just is whether or not we see him again, or when we see him again is...
And I really hope that the collar falls off and they don't put it back on again, to be honest.
Me too.
I think it'll be quite nice just to let him be on his own. Thank you, Ellen. You say regards to Byron. Yes, we miss Byron, and Byron was good fun to have.
I still haven't met Byron.
Oh, well, you're missing out.
Apparently.
He's missing out too, of course. Probably more than you are.
Oh, thank you, James.
Along with whales, did you see anything other interesting marine life on the species on your leave, Jamie? Did you see whales?
Marine life, yes, we saw whales.
Oh, very nice.
We saw them and they were jumping right out of the water. It was incredible. There was the wattle-eye flycatcher, I think was probably the best
very
bird.
Nice.
Yes, that was wonderful. That was in Selborne itself,
nice.
Up in the tree. And then, other than that, the birds were pretty standard for Natal. I think both Brent and I know the birds in that area relatively well.
Okay.
And marine life, that was pretty much it. Although There's some, oh, I nearly said something terribly insulting. Let's just say that some of the South Coast people or visitors can be terribly entertaining all in their own right.
Yes, let's leave it there.
Yeah.
Karen, penguins not on the Natal coast. No, only down way south where it's a bit colder in the sea.
Did
James,
you see that thing about the leopard hunting the penguins
I didn't.
in Cape Town? Sorry, this is a
That's
separate.
wonderful.
That's an
amazing.
aside. It was a
Yeah.
leopard, a Cape leopard, which of course is one of the hardest things to see, and it went and killed a whole load of the
That's
penguins,
incredible.
which is not great for the penguins, but incredible as a
No, not nice
sighting.
if you're a penguin.
No.
But like being Steenbok at the other end of Karilla's tooth.
Yes. Yeah.
Not nice for the Steenbok, very nice for the rest of us.
Exactly, or Nigel the Inyala.
Yes, poor old Nigel.
I know.
Poor little fella. Right.
Did I go for a swim, Dawn? Yes, I did. And
Good. Good
the
for
only
you.
reason I went for a swim was because I thought I had to, and then the fishes started biting my toes, so I went all the way in.
Oh, good for you. Brent, everybody is at Leadwood as far as I'm aware.
I believe right now he's at Three Bridges, but yes, at Leadwood.
He's at the Three Bridges pub. Wonderful. Okay, that's not too far from here, but far enough for him not to be heard on this particular broadcast. MJ Bradley, I read about that leopard in Cape Town. Hope they can discourage him. No, MJ, he's not going to eat enough penguins to make any difference to the population. One leopard is certainly going to not have an effect, I don't think.
They're also, the Cape leopards are rarer than the penguins in terms of
exactly. They're
numbers.
rarer, and they're much smaller than our leopards. Size of a sort of small house cat. No, they're not really. They're bigger than that, but they're not very big.
Becky, wondering about Brent's hip operation. That's postponed for now. So he has this leave to himself without the concern of the hip operation. Now I'm
Yes.
sure he'll update you when you see him again next
Yes.
week.
Karen, am I composing a new song? Yes, well, I'm always in some form of composition, Karen. Some of it, I'm afraid, but like my photography is not worth public airing. And so, we move on and we try something else. But yes, always a song around. Thank you for both sharing your awesome country with us every day. Oh, it's our pleasure,
pleasure.
Valerie. We're very glad
We're
that
so
you
glad.
take the time to come along with us.
Yeah.
It really is something that we're extremely grateful for.
All of the joy of what we see is in sharing
Yeah,
it, I think.
this is absolutely.
Yeah.
Hello, James Jamie Love from Portugal. Hello, Anna Karina.
Anna.
Anna Karina. That's a very Portuguese
Boaventura.
name. Sunset colours have really been awesome. Yes, they have. I think there's been quite a lot of dust in the air. There have been a few winter winds about the place, possibly the odd fire in the forestry
Yeah.
lands down to the south of us.
It was incredibly
So I think that's
hazy when
probably
we
what's
flew
going
in.
on, yeah.
Yeah, lots of fires, I think.
Yeah. James, when you going to play that guitar of yours on Facebook Live? Never, I don't think. No, I might. But we have to, you see, I can't, if I was playing the guitar, what would happen is that's the picture you would be looking at. So I need to hold the selfie stick.
You just covered your phone in sand.
I need to hold the selfie stick, hang on. Yes, otherwise it'd be impossible.
None of us could possibly hold the selfie stick
No,
for him, of
exactly.
course.
No, definitely not. Nobody else is skilled at holding the selfie stick like I am.
Yes.
What are you drinking, Chris? We're drinking apple
Apple
juice.
juice.
Delicious. James, we're going to miss the FSC and you playing the guitar. No, well, we will be doing fireside chats again as soon as we have these sort of exceptional weeks. When there are lots of
Yeah.
highlights, that's when we do them.
And
Yeah.
it usually helps if there's more than two of us, just in terms of
It does, yes.
set up and... Because otherwise some poor person, and it's usually James, gets stuck holding the floor on his own while the other person races across. And it just
Yes.
turns into a little bit of a logistical...
And Ellen Fowler, you make a very good point. Jamie has said that she was going to play her flute
I
for us
did.
and she has not.
I did. Well, we haven't had a fireside chat since...
That's an absolute lie. Right, we'll hopefully have the penny whistle out soon. I might bludgeon her into it this week, but let's see. What else can we talk about? Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you,
Tammy.
Tammy.
I think we shall. Possibly on... hello, is there a replacement for Sam? Nigel, nothing confirmed yet. A couple of people have come through, you know that. But nothing's been confirmed. We'll keep you posted as soon as we can.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
As we get tighter and tighter to us driving endlessly. How's the baby rhino? Huh? Baby rhino?
Baby rhino, I don't know.
I don't
No
know
baby
about
rhinos.
a rhino. We don't talk about rhinos here. Shh,
We don't see them.
shh. We've never seen one.
No.
Looks like Santa behind you, James. It does. It isn't. It's just an array of plugs.
Oh, it does look like...
But
I see exactly what
See
it is.
exactly what you mean. Exactly. Are the hyena cubs too big to kill each other? That's a nice question, Di. I think I'm going to give my impression that I'm going to ask the sort of hyena expert here. I think that they are born to a very low-ranking female, and so therefore, even if they are female, they're unlikely to kill each other. Would you agree?
I don't think they're going to kill each other at this stage. Apparently, I read an article that basically says siblicide or canism is actually rarer than we think it is. And a lot of it is actually aunticide, sort of.
Really?
Yeah. So the females killing other females' cubs, and probably high-ranking females killing low-ranking females' cubs if they get too bolshy. I think is the idea.
Cool. Okay.
I don't think they're going to kill each other, but I do think we're going to have some interesting dynamics. I've never seen hyena cubs fight for milk like they did today.
Really?
It was a proper little brawl,
really?
and one got sent back into the den.
By the mother?
No, by the other cub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a noticeable size difference. It's
really
interesting.
Notable size difference?
The one looks
That's very
bulkier.
Okay. I haven't seen them both. I've seen their heads, but that's all I've seen.
Oh, Stacey meant the buffalo calf. I think it's fine, Stacey. Not the rhino calf, the buffalo calf. I think it's okay.
We think they're going to be okay.
We think they're fine.
Yeah. Right. Everybody, I think that's going to be it for us now. Valerie, you get the last question. You say names for the hyena cubs. I think we do have to give that some thought because now we've got...
Yeah, now we're getting to the point of sheer confusion.
Yeah, and born in June, so we can't call these ones June, so I'm not sure what we'll call them.
I was thinking about the sort of the Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, but that doesn't work because then you've got Jaguar 1 and 2.
Yes.
It doesn't really work at all.
No.
So we'll have to give it some thought, and of course we're always welcome to suggestions.
Yes. Open to suggestions,
yeah.
Except for the leopards, of course, which are called George and Charlotte and shall be forevermore. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye,
we'll see
everybody.
you tomorrow on the weekend. And I hope that you sleep very well and that you have as much delicious apple juice as we are having. Good night.
Good night.